Hi, it's Tyron here. Welcome to another market analysis for the week. It is the 5th of February, Monday the 5th of February 2018. I'm going to start right at the very first pair. We've got the Aussie CAD. The Aussie CAD is in a range. If I zoom out, just show you here, probably better like this. We've got this range bound, but the most recent activity is what I'm interested in here. This is the range. This is how I've planned the balance of power, kind of, so to speak, between these highs and lows. Now these levels in between, when in a range bound market, I never lean on any levels that are in the middle of the balance of the range, because they don't work. As in here, this came straight through this level, and likely that this moved down the equal balance. What's happening is, you can see it's curving quite nicely, so it can come up the same amount of candles and eat through this no problem. If the market is rolling on a bigger scale, if you want to look, that this was coming up like this, and the power is kind of balancing like that, and now it's going to start to drop, this level might hold, don't get me wrong, but I'm looking for profit margin. And if it doesn't, this is where it could reach. Now I've got a very nice level based on the weekly down here, so the pattern, the 50-50 chance of it working is this equal pattern. So 2 up, I'm looking for this week down, so a strong drop down this week would be a nice entry on this daily. But because we're in this weekly, this is what I'm interested in, this weekly demand area, we might not get a pull down to here. And if we use the 240, because normally the monthly daily 240 the monthly daily weekly 240 is kind of the scale you kind of look for the levels when you're trying to get into these areas. Sometimes, this is what I said, you can't put 100% rules on that. You might have to change that slightly, because you know, if you've got an 8-hour time frame or a 12-hour time frame, sometimes something in between a daily and a 240. But as a rule of thumb, monthly, in a monthly level you look at daily, in a weekly you look at a 240 for entry. So in this area, and a good example of this, look, 2 up, 2 weekly candles down, we've got no levels of supply on the way down on the daily. But if we drop to the 240, we've got all these areas of supply that have been respected, nothing's been taken out. So what I'm looking for is, now we're in this area, is for a new supply level on a 240 to be taken out, not a new supply level, a new form of demand being formed, taking out the supply level. So if we have a strong rally up from here, for example, then we have some level to lean on. If it wants to keep dropping lower, I've got a chance of getting in at a better price, or even reaching extreme. So either way, keep an eye on this 240, or I get stopped out. Aussie Swiss, nothing here, range bound on a monthly. I'm going to have to move quick again, I do apologise, I don't have a lot of time. Aussie Yen, what we've got here is an uptrend, and we're definitely in an uptrend. But if you notice, the last few months, the sort of balance of power is leveling out a little bit. This is still an uptrend, I'd still be looking for longs. However, I don't have no level on the monthly to lean on. Okay, it's just the direction is, in my opinion, now sideways. Although the bigger picture's up, it's kind of floating sideways. There's no level on the weekly now, the timing's all out, I've got nothing to lean on, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But this Aussie dollar, because we've not had a close below, this could be a range bound market. Okay, but we've got a beautiful week level which is extreme in this monthly. So if we have a good 5 or 6 weeks down, I would definitely take the extreme, which is pretty much range bound, and I'll have a target in this kind of area. And if we look at the reward to risk now, very nice calculated, 50 pips, you know, for 450 odd, nice trade indeed, about a 9 to 1, you know, reward to risk. CAD Swiss, I'm already in this on a different same range bound, I'm in this on a different account. CAD Yen, this is now moving 50-50. Okay, we've got the trend is up, this level was respected, but this is still in sync, if you ask me. And the reason why is, this was the level here, let's enlarge this, we've got this rally, base rally, close above, price has had 2 candles down. Although this was a red candle, look at how high we closed, and it was an extreme from here to here. So the pattern is still there, 2 up, 2 down, although a slight break in the rule because this is not a green candle. But I just class that 2 up, 2 down, and it's already reacted. We've got 1 up, but we've now got a pause candle. This balance of power is definitely sideways. It's going to be potential range bound market here. Having said that, we've got this very nice weekly pattern. I'll just come out a little bit. This is range bound as it stands looking at it, but we could be reacting from this area. And I did say last week I'm looking for a strong reaction, and we got it on this daily. We created a daily level. So based on this 3 weeks up, 3 weeks down, ideally you'd want that to drop down here to get an entry and be in it already, but it's reacted, so it could be turning. Okay, so I'm outside of taking levels now on the 240-minute time frame because I need to get in within 3 weeks down, but it's already reacted on this weekly. And when I say 240, because remember I use weekly 240, so as this strong move down, I'll be keeping an eye on 240-minute levels to be created here. And what's happened is it's already reacted, and it needs to continue with a strong push up. So what I've got here is an order based on this daily demand level. It may well, and it could be quite easily stopped out based on this monthly pattern at the moment. But if this is, and we've broken the trend line here, a continuation, this could be, look, we've had a rally, there's the pullback, this is the rally, this is just the base. Similar, we've got 4 candles here, and since this rally we've got about 4 candles in this base, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm expecting timing wise for a strong move out this month, because based on the 4 red candles here, we've pretty much got 4 basing candles here. You know, I'm expecting a strong move now. If it doesn't happen, then I'm quite happy to get stopped out. But this is the level, this is the first area of demand. Why is that on this daily? Because I'm going to get rid of this, because we've got this big supply level here, strong drop, crappy supply and demand, but from this area we've dropped, we've based, dropped, and then suddenly we closed here, and the level was actually this was the whole level really, this little candle inside this one. Then we took out the high and then dropped and closed below. So you could drill it down onto a 240-minute, but I think it's more going to be like a 480-minute chart to see this clearly, because the 240 is too scrappy. But you can see this move down, big strong move down, close below, and then we've closed above it now. It's a daily level. I'm going to get rid of it. We closed above here, so now this is a very good area of demand. If this is going to push forward, push higher, and move forward from here upwards. Therefore, this I'd love it if it dropped today. I've got 1 day to make entry. 2 green up. I want 2 red down. So if it doesn't make entry by midnight Monday night tonight, then I'll cancel this order. And if it does make entry and it gets stopped out, so be it. Swiss yen, I've got nothing really on that. Could look for a retracement into here if we really get a close above this high. That means we're starting to break out of this range here, you see. So we just push above this and close on the weekly, fantastic level. So keep an eye on that. This has already reacted, pulled back and reacted, so we need to continue. So I've got a daily area of demand. We've definitely closed above on the weekly, as you can see from this mess, but it isn't really what you class a weekly level until we get above here, because we didn't have, this is the proper area supply, that was the close, and then it continued. We never really got any closes below after that point, so this is kind of a messy area. So I want to see a close above, but because we're in sync with this monthly, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I put this order on, but I will cancel that if we do not push above on this weekly. If we can't take this high out, this will get cancelled. But this monthly candle has already reacted last week, which is literally, look at this, this is February's candle. This could come all the way back down and then still come up within 2 or 3 weeks and close like this. So this is a valid order. Okay, this is really a valid order in the direction of the monthly, because if price comes all the way back down here, look at this strong move. It's very volatile. What we got here might be a bit of a weekly range or pullback to continue. So I've got really a few weeks to make entry here. If this closes above on the weekly or creates some kind of take this high out and we have a small sort of close above this point, but it might be a doji candle of some description, come back. But as it stands, because it's so early in the month, and this looks like if this dropped all the way down, then this is going to change direction. No, this is definitely up, and I don't, until this, if this closed like that, it'd be different. If we was into a new month and it was taking this monthly candle low, I wouldn't be buying here, if that makes sense. I hope that clarifies that. But anything can happen. This could be a big wicky candle up and down and then close up here. So although the profit target's essentially been hit based on that, you know, we could still have another entry. The Euro CAD breaking above, close above. This is a daily level shown here. This is the weekly level that's valid, and we have a monthly level still here. And that's, sorry, weekly level, a monthly level here, because we've not had a close on this particular candle. I want to enlarge this. This is the level down here. Look, we've had a strong rally. This is base. This is still part of the basing candle. This could end up coming, if this comes down by the end of February and drops all the way into here, what would we have? We'd have a wick here and a solid red body candle. So I've got 2 up, 2 in the base. I've got about 2 or 3 candles in this base, so 2 up, 2 in the base, and it could end up being a strong drop down. So this is actually, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I'm going to put it on because if it did happen, I want to be taking it. Okay, but I don't think it's going to happen. It looks like it's already moving. We've got the close on the weekly, so we can take the weekly level, and we've got the daily level. So this is highly unlikely, but I'm, you know, following my little rules. If it does stop me out in them other 2 extreme movement, I'm going to take it. This could potentially be a reversal here, for the fact that we've not closed on this monthly above any of these wicks. So this is very crap level right here. Could be eaten up very easily, this level. This is very crap. I won't even put it in. It's not even demand. Very rubbish. So fantastic counter trend opportunity. I'm not going to take it though. I'm not going to do any counter trend on this particular account. Nothing on this monthly. This is moving sideways. On the weekly, sideways. Euro yen. This is the level. Even this one is a close above this high, by the way. So this is the monthly level, weekly level. Look, I've got 1 week to drop into here, and a daily / weekly, but I've got all week to make entry here. Euro New Zealand already rolling over. Again, another reaction. So as the daily's in sync. What I want to do though, when I've already reacted like this, I need to see the weekly in sync before I trade the daily. Okay, if it's coming down and the weekly is down, but we're into this area, I can start to take daily demand levels. Okay, I think I did take one here and it failed. I'm not sure, I didn't, I can't remember, but basically you take every daily demand. Once it's left this area and pushing up, you need the weekly to be in sync to take the daily demands. That's the way I do it. And this was a question. There was a nice 240 minute level. Someone was saying, well, I can't see it. One of the guys who's just joined the community. Now if we look at the 240, let's see, I'm just working backwards here. What is a valid 240 minute? This would be this area right here. The previous 240 was down here, and then it was this area. Why was this 240? Because price was pretty much all of that closed above here. This wasn't a close inside this candle, so this is the base, close above, base, close above. So these were the 2 levels, and now we've got this level, but I won't be trading this, and I'm going to show you why. Let's get rid of that, because the 240 is a range bound at the moment as far as it stands. We've not had a close above this point here. This is a drop, base, drop, but it's not we've not had any decent close below either. It's not even a decent supply level. However, because we've been here quite a while, I look at this is range bound now. This is what it's telling me. When you've got wicks like this not closing, this little area is an indication possible range bound here. I need a close above. Okay, now you could get that on the daily. If you get a close on the daily above, then maybe look for a pullback, but I wouldn't do that. And the reason why is because the weekly may end up being just a wick. You see, next week I want to see a close above like that. If it closed now like this next week, I would look at this, you know, anywhere in this area to go long, but not this week. Next week, because it hasn't closed. That close here was not above this high, and so this could be a fake out and a strong drop, which means it's going to take my daily level out. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting on. Although it's starting to get in sync, I just want to wait another week. I want to be patient. I want confirmation. And then I've got the weekly, a weekly level in sync with the monthly after it's turned, and then I can start to trade daily. So I just need to be 1 week patient and get on board. Okay, there's plenty of opportunities, don't get me wrong, but I won't take them because I'm trying to filter my losses. Right, the euro dollar, monthly level, weekly level. This isn't a base because it closed above here, not a base that I would take. So now we're in sync, if you see what I mean. After the reaction, I mean, this could roll over, but now we're in sync. You know, you've got to take every daily demand, and when you get higher, the chances are that we're going to get taken out on the levels. It's going to sort of retrace, which is fine, because when we reach this area, I can start to look at 240-minute demands. But I don't know which levels are going to work or not work. You just got to take them all if they're within the rules. The pound yen monthly level. This is rally base rally, and nothing here on the weekly, just a monthly level. Nothing on the daily, there's no close above. The weekly is not in sync no more. It is in sync when you look at the higher highs, but have we got a close? Is there a valid weekly level? Is there a close above? Not really. We've not got any decent close above, so I'm not going to lean on that weekly. All I would wait for now is a pullback into this to make entry, or pull back in this area and new daily demand levels to form in this area, regardless of what the weekly's doing. Okay, pound dollar monthly level, weekly level. If we create new daily demand, then I'm going to get on board, because look, 1, 2, 3 weeks up, we could just have a pause here and continue higher. So I'm within the 3 weeks to trade this particular pattern. So I'm going to take everything. Okay, New Zealand dollar, expanded range, not going to talk about that. Dollar CAD monthly, we've already reacted then. This was the level, we've pulled back early, so it's not pulled back decent enough, but we've already had the pullback, rolled over. So the weekly level's in sync with the monthly trend direction and respect. All I need now in this area really is a 200, if I don't reach up here, is a 240-minute level. So I've got the 240-minute chart already, and what we've got is a strong move up. If this continues moving strongly without any real demand level forming on this 240, I may have to drop down to a 60, you know, a bit lower, because of this strong move down. It might have a strong move up that isn't showing on the 240-minute. If we look at the daily, we've got nothing. You know, if we wait to daily demand taken out, be down here, we might miss the move. So look at the 240, maybe drop to the 60, and let's have a look from here. Sort of basing, not the greatest there. We did already take this little area out, so it's not looking good on this. Again here, I wouldn't lean on the 60-minute time frame because these levels are being taken out already. It's not good. So I need to use a 240-minute. Hopefully takes a little bit longer to reach up here, creating some 240-minute levels. Like now we could have a rally, base, rally, close above, look to take that demand level out for a pullback into supply to short in anywhere in this area, because it might not reach this high. Dollar Swiss, same here. Look, this is that range. We're starting to roll over. We could reach up here for an entry on the monthly, the weekly. I've got an order here on the daily. This is a level on top of a level. Why? We've had a strong drop. We kind of based here within this area, and then we started to close below here. So this candle didn't close below this low. This is actually a basing candle right here. Drop, base, drop, because of that not close. But what we've got, if you know, we've got a level on top of level, because from this pivot point all the way down, you know, it's like patterns again, you know, pivot point patterns. From here down, we've got 3 red candles. We might have 3 green up to this area, because from here to here, it's like if you combine those candles together, like those 3, again, this is where you can't make 100% rules. It's impossible, because I could look at 3 candles here, big candle down, 3 candles as a pause, and then 2 candles down as a close. So this would be the basing area. So basically what I'm saying, it's a level on top of a level. If I come down to the 240 minute, you can see that all these wicks and everything that was here, this 240 minute range, this is the base that closed below all this mess, and then price started reacting. Okay, so this was the origin of that original 240 minute supply level. That would have got cancelled after this mess, and then we had a close below here. So this would be the next 240 minute level. But it is now become the daily from this area. We've gone all the way down and closed. So we've got kind of a daily level within a level. Okay, it's like a 240 slash daily. This is at an extreme and at pivot point. And there's a base here. You can see we obviously got 2 candles in the base, and price started pushing out. So the whole basing area on the daily is pretty much like that. That's a base. This is a base. So it's a level on top of a level. And the 240 minutes showed the move from here. I'll come back and show you. Very strong move. Fantastic level. That's the level where you want to drill it down if you want to take an order. But because it is a level on top of a level on the daily, I thought I want to take the extreme of this basing candle and make sure my stop's 20 pips above this basing candle. So it's a double base candle there, and it's pushed and closed below. So that would be my entry if it wants to continue this momentum. If it stops me out, then I'm looking for a retracement. I want to get up into this area for a 240 minute level to form, or take the extreme in this weekly. And if it takes that out, I want to get up into this area for an entry here, or a new daily level to form in this area. Okay, and if that fails, you don't get in, you have to wait for new weekly levels to form and then get back in sync again. So that's the way I play it. Dollar yen range bound market. So that's pretty much the weekly analysis. A little bit more detail there, and I hope it hasn't confused you, because I am following genuine rules here that I've created based around the candlestick, supply and demand, the balance. And it is, like I say, it's very difficult to write this down as black and white. There is grey areas, but it's still following the same principle. It's more understand. It's like reading music. That's all I can say. It's like any art, you know, art or any skill, you know, after you do it for so long, playing the piano, whether you're an acrobat, it's hours and hours, and as Will Smith said, beating on your craft. You've got to keep going and going and going, and then all of a sudden you can understand it, you know, understand the flow, the market, the timing, you know, you're in sync with everything, you know, and you're using, it's a bit like the Matrix. You start to see how these candlesticks, and then you can make sense of it, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So if I put a black and white rule down, it's gonna, like this particular area that I was showing you back here on the daily, you know, not this one, what's the one I was talking about, this one, you're thinking, where's the level on top of a level, you know? So I'm trying to show you the reason why, because this is a base, you know. How many candles back up now do we have? Because we've got 2 basing. In my opinion, we can have 3 green candles in total as well to make an entry here. So I've got 2 days, by the way, to make an entry on this. Okay, this is a base. I've got 2 days to make an entry. It's stuff like that that you have to understand, and it's from repetition and so much back testing on Forex Tester 2, so much back testing, so that you start to see these patterns and you see where the odds are in your favour. Okay, you're going to miss a lot of trades, you're going to get stopped out a lot of good trades that work and you're not in them, but it's going to keep you out of many bad trades, and you're going to catch some really nice reward to risk, which will make you profitable in the long run. So keep watching and stay tuned, and we'll see how it all pans out. Safe trading, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and also on Google Plus, just type my name in, Tyrone Archer, and find my community there and apply, and I will join you into the community. Keep it all about this strategy. Ask any questions you like and I'll answer them. Take care. Safe trading.